Today is going to be a little more intense than the other videos. We are going to be doing a power flow yoga class. So basically we're going to be toning the body. If you ever need to take a break at any point in the class, just press back into a child's pose and hang out there. Otherwise, if you can make it through the whole class, awesome. I will explain everything. I'll show up before I have you do it, just so you're not hanging out in a position like, okay, I'm really tired, and then we begin the workout. Make sure you have your mat, make sure you have plenty of water, and also if you need blocks and you can kind of foresee yourself needing them, or maybe a towel or a pillow or something to create space, go ahead and grab that object now and we'll begin right away. So we're going to start with our Sun Salutation B. So we're going to start at the top of our mat. Go ahead and plug your feet in. Odin wants to be a part of this class today, obviously. We're going to plug our feet in, make sure that we're in a parallel position, feet are right underneath your hips, and just go ahead and open the palms out in a Tadasana position. We're going to close the eyes and tune into your breathing. Let's take 4 deep breaths on our own time, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And 1 more deep breath on your own time. Keeping your eyes closed, we're just going to set our intention for this class. So it can be something different from mine, but for me today, I'm going to be focusing on strengthening my body. I'm going to be focusing on building the inner fire in my core and my body. I'm going to feel a lot of heat, and therefore I will be able to move more safely in a more conducive manner. That is my intention. As I said, you can set your own, be unique to you. Maybe you're like, I really want to tone my arms. Cool, that is your thing today. Focus on your arms, and there will be plenty of them. Go ahead and open up your eyes. We're going to start by inhaling the arms and pressing our hips down into a chair pose. Keep those ribs closed. Try and use your core to hold your upper body. And let's go ahead and extend those legs, release those arms all the way down to your forward fold. Make sure that you're not locking in your knees here as we inhale, half rise, and exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and plant your palms in your mat, step your feet back to a plank. Nice strong plank here. We're plugging our entire hand into the mat as you lower down into your chaturanga and lift up to your cobra, dropping those thighs onto the ground. And maybe tuck those toes as you lift your pelvis, downward facing dog. While you're here, maybe tread through those feet, begin to warm up the body. And look forward between your hands, either hop or step your feet into your forward fold. And let's inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step our left foot back, going into a warrior 1. So turn out that foot, keep that right knee bent, those arms lift up, hold that core nice and tight. Try to find a nice deep bend in that front knee. And lower those hands back down. Step back to your plank. Chaturanga push-up. Inhale into your cobra. Exhale, lift your pelvis, downward dog. If you need to take more time in these poses, I invite you to do so. Look forward between your hands, step or hop your feet forward. And inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back. Deep bend in that left knee, turn out that right foot, And those arms come up, nice and strong upper body, deep bend in that knee. And lower those hands all the way back down. Step your feet back. And lower down chaturanga. Up to your cobra. And tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And look between your hands. Step your feet forward. And we're going to inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to your chair pose. Hips are back, core is tight. Don't let your rib cage splay open. And extend the legs down to your Tadasana. Baby, do you need to come out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, please continue.
Okay. And we'll do it again. Deep inhale, arms up, hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Again, go with your own breath. You don't have to stay with my cues. Step your feet back into a plank. Chaturanga push-up. Into your cobra. And tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And look forward between the hands. Let's step our right foot through, turn out that back foot. Arms up. And back down. Step the foot back, plank. And chaturanga. Make sure you're using your breath for each movement. Downward facing dog. Step that left foot through. Turn out that right. Arms up. And back down. Back to your plank. And chaturanga. Lift it up. Cobra. And tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Look forward between your hands. When you're ready, step your feet forward. And inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, reverse swan dive up to your chair. Hips back, ribs closed. And release back to Tadasana. So we're going to do 2 more, just like that. Again, move at your own speed. You might hear me panting a little bit. That's because I'm getting my body warm. You're probably feeling the same as I am. Go ahead and inhale, arms up, hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, down. Step your feet back. Chaturanga. Up to cobra. Downward dog. And right foot forward. Turn out that back foot. Arms up. Make sure that you're really grounding through the outside of that foot. It's not rolling up. And hands down. Step the foot back into your plank. And lower down. Cobra. And upward, downward facing dog. Step that left foot through. Turn out that back foot. Arms up. And back down. Step that foot back. Chaturanga. your toes, downward dog. Look forward and step your feet towards your hands. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, bend your knees, hips back. And return back to Tadasana. We have one more sun salutation B. We inhale, arms up, hips back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms, feet back. Chaturanga. Cobra. Downward facing dog. We're trying to get a nice flow here. Trying to generate some heat. Step that right foot through, turn out the left. Up. Back down, step your foot back, plank. Chaturanga push-up. Cobra. Downward dog. Left foot through. Turn out that right. Make sure you're grounding down through the outside. Back down. Step your feet back. Here we go. Last one. Lower down. All the way up. Lift the hips back. Downward dog. And let's stay here. And look forward between your hands. Go ahead and step your feet towards your palms. Let's inhale, half rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to your chair. Hips back, ribs closed. Exhale, Tadasana. From here, I'm just going to have you tuck your chin. Slight bend in the knees, slowly roll all the way down into your forward fold. Let those shoulders hang heavy. Maybe pause midway. Just give a little circle out through those arms. They're going to be doing a lot of work for us today. And continue rolling down. When you get to the bottom, let's take a few little bounces. So heels plant in the ground. We're just going to bounce. Let that pelvis bounce up and down. Just generating heat. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your feet back into your downward facing dog. From here, we're going to be doing our bear push-ups. So our hips stay nice and lifted. Our elbows are going to be going out to the side. They're not coming in. So the elbows open out. We try and lower our head down and press back up. We're going to do 10 of these. Here we go. Lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying here, we're going to roll out to our plank and do 8 plank dips on either side. So 8 in total, which means we do 1 and 2. That's 1 full set. Here we go, and we dip for 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8, lower all the way down, and relax on the ground. I know this is rough. We're gonna make it through it though. I'm gonna push back a little bit. Next thing we're gonna do here, we give those arms a little break. We work on our locust pose. So palms are face up. We're going to try and squeeze the legs together back here as we lift up, squeeze the glutes, and lower. We're going to do 8 of those. Here we go, up for 8, and lower, 7, try and squeeze the core in, 6. Time it with your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. If you need to press back into your child's pose real fast, go ahead and do so. When you are ready, bring it back up. So that was one set. We're going to do 3 more. Like I said, if you ever need to drop into a child's pose or just hang out in your downward dog position, by all means, please do so. We're going to be doing 10 of the bear push-ups. We're going to be doing 8 of the hip dips and 8 of the locust lifts. So go ahead and find your downward dog once more. And here we go. We lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and roll those hips out. We have 8 dips. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. We have our 8 locust lifts. Here we go, up for 8 and 7. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to press back into a child's pose, go ahead and do so. If you need to grab some water, go ahead and do so. We have 2 more left, and then we get to move on. I told you today was going to be rough. We're going to make it through this class together. When you are ready, come on back. We're going to find our downward dog. Bear push-ups. We have 10. Here we go, down for 10, 9. Try to get as low as you can. 8, 7. Keep those hips lifted. 6, 5. Hands pushing to the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to your plank. Here we go. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, chaturanga. Get ready for your locust lifts. Here we go. Lift up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, going 3, try to lift higher, 2, and 1. Take a break. We have 1 more set. Take a moment to get some water or press back into a child's pose if you need to. Oh, it's going to feel so good once you finish this class. You feel so strong, so able. All right, we have 1 more set left. Here we go. Find your downward facing dog. And we lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your plank. Here we go. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're all the way down. We're almost done with this set. Here we go. Locust lifts, last one. Lift up for 8. Lift up as high as you can. 7, 6, 5. Squeeze the glutes. 4,
back, child's pose. When you are ready, go ahead and bring it up. So the next set of exercises that we're going to do, we're going to find our tabletop. We're going to start with a bird dog. The arm that's usually forward is then going to open out to the side as our leg that is usually straight behind us also opens out to the side, going to a fire hydrant position. So the movement is straight back, straight side. It's a lot of stabilization happening between these 2 points on the ground and also your core. So we're going to do 4 of those on each side. Go ahead and find your tabletop position. Make sure your hands are nice and strong in your mat. I'm going to start with my left arm, right leg, reaching in opposition, left arm, right leg. Make sure we're not arching in the back. Everything is controlled. We have 4. We start here. We open out. 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Last one, 4. And lower all the way down. Other side, if you need to take a break, maybe stretch out your wrists, you can do so and come back. Here we go, opposite side. We go out for 1. Here's 2. Nice and strong. 3, find your balance. And 4. Take a break. Again, if you need to press back to a child's pose, go ahead and do so. If you want to stretch your wrists out real fast, do that. The next thing that we're going to work on is our plank roll through. So we're going to go back to our downward dog. Essentially what's happening in this motion is I'm lifting my heels up, I'm lifting my pelvis, and the rest of my vertebra is going to follow that rippling motion, and then we reverse. Lift the pelvis, the rest follows. So your spine is becoming a wave. You want it to be as smooth as possible. We're going to do 10 of them. At full 1 is out and back. That's a full 1, we have 10. Here we go, we roll out for 1 and back. This is 2 and back. 3 and back. 4 and back. Keep going. 5 and back. 6 and back. 7 and back. We're almost there. 8 back. Core is tight. 9. We have 2 more. Back. Last one, 10 and back. Go ahead and drop your knees, press back, child's pose. Maybe take one arm, thread it underneath that opposite shoulder, drop your forehead. When you're ready, replace that hand in the center, opposite arm threads underneath. And bring that hand back through center. Go ahead and bring it on up. If you are feeling any pressure or pain in the wrists, what I suggest doing is try to push all of your weight into every part of your hand. So it's not just sinking into your wrist. And if that happens, you'll notice that the rest of your hand is starting to cup around your mat. If you are pushing all of your weight through the rest of your hand, you'll notice that your hand can go flat. If your hand is cupping, you need to press more weight through your hand. That'll help the pain in your wrists. If that still doesn't feel very good today, take more breaks, circle out your wrists, make sure you do some more stretches, maybe up and down flexion, maybe little circles through the wrists, whatever you need to do just to make sure that we're not injuring ourselves. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to strengthen ourselves to prevent injury. So we're going to find our downward facing dog once more. And I'm going to lift my right leg up and I'm going to open up to my three-legged dog. Go ahead and bend that knee behind. Remember, in our three-legged dog, we're not spiraling in our upper body. We're trying to keep those shoulders square. Enjoy this moment of stretch. When you are ready, bend that knee, pull it through your hands, going to a lunge. Take a moment here to adjust. Make sure that your ankle is right underneath your knee, making a 90-degree angle, and go ahead and stretch out here for a moment. Really allow that left hip flexor to open up. Try to keep that left leg nice and straight. When you are ready, we are going to bring ourselves up. You can either take your hands to your thigh, or you can take them all the way up overhead. Hold them here, nice strong core. If you are feeling like your pelvis is tilting too much, you can also bend that back knee. Try and find a nice, strong pelvis in a neutral position without tucking in either direction. Finding a nice strong lunge. And extend both legs, going up to a high lunge. We're going to be doing that, so we're going to lower and lift for 10. Here we go, lower down for 1, lift. Here's 2, woo. Lift, little balance check, 3, lift, 4, lift, keep going, 5, lift, 6, lift, 7, and 8. Here's 9, and 10. And go ahead and bend that front knee, drop those hands all the way back down, drop that back knee. Allow yourself a moment to stretch out here. And let's press our hips back, extend that front leg, going to a half split. Don't hyper lock that front knee, just allow a gentle bend as you fold forward. And go ahead and re-bend into that knee. We're going to bend that back leg. If you would like, you can reach that left arm up and around to either look at it or maybe try and take hold. Really try and open up that left quad. Keep that chest nice and open. And when you're ready, release that leg, tuck those toes, and lift back up to your lunge. We're going to step that right foot back. Now we're going to our three-legged dog again. This time with that left foot, it comes up, it opens and bends. Keep those shoulders nice and square. When you're ready, pull that knee through your hands, plant it in a lunge position. Again, take a moment here to adjust and find a nice moment of release in that right hip flexor. When you are ready, you can take those hands up to your thigh or take them all the way up. Try and find that nice neutral pelvis. So if you need to bend that back knee, feel free to do so to find a nice neutral pelvis. We're not arching the back, we're keeping it flat. And from here, remember, we're extending up, nice high lunge, lower down. Here's 7, and down, 6, down, 5, down, 4, down, 3, down, 2, down, and 1. down. Go ahead and drop those hands all the way down. Step your feet back. And go ahead and step that left foot back forward. And from here, bend that right knee, drop, untuck that foot, and go ahead and shift your pelvis back, extend that front leg. Remember to take a nice little bend in that knee so it's not locking in place. And re-bend into that knee. Again, you have the option of just reaching this right arm around behind you. Maybe you bend that right knee, try and take hold, and enjoy this moment of stretch in that quad. Open up those hips, open up that chest, don't let it slouch down. And release that foot back down. Go ahead and tuck those toes, lift that knee up, step those feet all the way back. From here, go ahead and just tread through those feet. And drop those knees all the way back down. All right, go ahead and take a quick break. If you need to grab some water, if you need to do a little more stretching, or just hang out in your child's pose, go ahead and do so here. We'll be right back. Okay, so we are going to resume class. Go ahead and find your way down on your mat. We're going to find our downward facing dog. Once more, plant all of your weight into your palms, extend through those legs. Tread through those feet for a hot minute. If you have your yoga blocks or your pillow or your towel, whatever you are using to create space, go ahead and grab those now. And we are going to step our left foot in between our hands. And we are getting ready for our warrior three pose. So let's extend through that left leg. We're not locking into that leg. We're keeping a nice slight micro bend. But if you need the assistance of your block, go ahead and plant it now. You can extend through that leg, press through your entire foot, and that right leg is going to lift up behind you. So wherever your right leg is at, as long as you're keeping your hips square, not opening out, is totally fine. Remember, micro bend in that knee. Right leg goes up. If you feel confident, maybe take one hand off. Maybe you can take both off. Keep that core nice and strong. Keep those hips nice and square wherever you are at. We're going to hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that foot down. Go ahead and plant that foot in your mat. We're going to go to our pyramid pose, so keep those hips nice and square. And don't lock into your knees as you reach that chest over, getting a nice stretch. And go ahead and bend your back knee and flex your front foot. And extend through that leg, replant that foot in your mat. Make sure your toes are spread and you're evenly distributing your weight through your entire foot. We're going to get ready for our half moon pose now. So again, if you need your block, I'm going to use mine as well. And take hold of your block. We're going to again extend through that left leg. Right hip is going to open up to the ceiling this time, and that right arm goes towards the ceiling. Try and find a nice balance here. With me. Remember your intention. If you're struggling here, don't think too much about what your body's doing. Try to really focus on your intention. Take all the pressure away. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. Go ahead and step that foot back and open up to a wide fold forward. And while you're here, if you would like a deeper stretch, take your peace fingers, wrap them in the inside of your toes, and pull yourself lower into a stretch. And go ahead and release from your forward fold. We're going to turn our toes out. I'm going to bend in my knees and bring my torso up. So we're trying to keep our pelvis from tilting back. We're trying to keep a nice flat surface on the front of your body. Getting ready for our goddess pose. Those hands can go wherever's comfortable. If they want to go straight out, maybe they want to go to cactus, whatever, maybe hand to heart pose. Find a nice hold here. Feel those legs fire up in this position. Try to get as low as you can without letting that pelvis go. Hold, hold, hold. And hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend those arms up, reach those arms as high as you can. Get a nice stretch in that spine. Let's inhale and exhale, a little stretch to the right. Inhale through center, exhale over to the left. Inhale through center and exhale all the way back down. Again, for a deeper stretch, maybe take those fingers to the insides of the toes. Give a gentle tug here. And turn those feet back to parallel if that's more comfortable. And gently release. Again, turn those toes out if you turn them in. We're going to bend through those knees. Keep that body nice and flat. Arms go wherever you're happy and hold your goddess pose. Be aware of where your feet are in space. We're trying not to roll in or out on our feet. Try to balance your weight. Distribute that weight equally throughout your entire foot. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch those arms up, big stretch. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale to the left. Inhale through center, fold all the way forward. And go ahead and turn yourself over to your right leg. So now we're getting ready for our warrior 3 on that right side. If you need your block, go ahead and pick it up. Plant it however you need. Remember to plant your entire foot in your mat. Micro bend in that right knee. And we're going to lift that left leg up, finding a nice square pelvis. We're not opening up that leg. Hold that core tight, tight, tight. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that foot down. Go ahead and find your pyramid pose. Again, nice square hips here. And bend your back knee, flex your front foot. And extend through that leg. Again, go ahead and set up your block as you need it. We're getting ready for our half moon pose. So that right knee is slightly bent. We're opening up that left hip and that left arm reaches towards the sky. Try and find a balance. Much better than I did. Again, think about your intention. Think less about what is happening in your body here. Don't overthink this pose. Just try and take your mind to your intention. Hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Go ahead and step that foot all the way out and back to your forward fold. Go ahead and grab the toes if you need it. We're going to do 2 more of those goddess squats. And release. Go ahead and turn out those feet. We're going to bend our knees, lift up that torso, and sink nice and low. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms up, big inhale. Exhale over to the left this time. Inhale through center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, fold forward. We have 1 more. Go ahead and enjoy this stretch at the bottom. Things are happening today, guys. Balance is all over the place. My rug is sliding everywhere. And sometimes yoga is just like that. And release, turn out those toes, bend those knees, bring it up, goddess pose. Last one, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up, big inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale. Exhale, stretch. Inhale. And release those arms. All right, let me see if I can do this without sliding everywhere. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is we're going to work on our garland pose or yogi squat. People call it different things. So first, if you need your yoga block for this, you can always place it underneath your tush. And what you do is you're going to turn out your feet. I usually take my feet a little wider than hip width apart so I'm not crunching into my knees too much. Essentially what we're doing is we're just squatting all the way down. If you need to place that yoga block underneath your tush, you can do so and find a nice stretch here. If you do not need your yoga block, then by all means just find your yogi squat or your garland pose and try to keep that head lifted. We're not tucking, crouching into a ball. We're actively pressing our knees away with our elbows. Make sure you're breathing. And getting ready for our next exercise. Go ahead and have a seat for a moment. So we're going to be moving through our yogi squat and trying to get up into a little inversion. So if your version of an inversion is just shifting your weight back and forth between your yogi squat and your hands, then by all means try and do that version. That is essentially what we are working towards, is shifting the weight completely from the feet to the hands. But if that full motion isn't going to happen today, then don't worry about it. I'm going to get my block out of here. So what I mean by that, I'm going to find my nice yogi squat. The goal of this is to plant your hands and kick up and back down. So we're doing like a little frog kick all the way up onto our hands. Again, as I said, if this is all you've got, That's still doing a lot of work. We're basically doing an intense squat here, and we're also jumping from this position into an inversion. So we're going to do 10 of them. Do them on your own time. If this is hurting your knees, then also start higher. You can start from your goddess squat and go here and back to your goddess squat. Totally up to you. Whew, I cannot balance today. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to go onto my hands. All right, here we go. We have 10 of them, starting in your squat. And here we go for 10. And here's 9. And here's 8. And here's 7. And here's 6. And 5. And 4. Here's 3. Almost there. 2. Stick with me. Last one. 1. Roll all the way back. And lay on your back. All right, go ahead and shake out those legs. Allow that back to decompress for a minute. Maybe take a little rock side to side with those knees. And when you find your way back to the center, just go ahead and take that right foot up, cross it over the left. Just taking a little figure 4 stretch. Maybe bring that left knee into your center. Give yourself a deeper stretch here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that foot. We're going to take this right foot all the way across, drop it towards the ground. Get a nice spiral. Spiral is traveling from your shoulder all the way down to your foot. And when you're ready, bring it back through center. Plant that foot. Opposite foot comes up, crosses over into a 4. Figure 4. Maybe bring that leg into your center. And relax that foot all the way down. Take this left foot, drop it all the way across to the ground. This side for me is super tight. Maybe you can relate, maybe for you is the other side. Really try to let that hip open up. Reaping all the benefits of this stretch here. Should hurt so good. And bring that foot back through center. Go ahead and plant those feet right under your hip width apart position. So again, a quick reminder, our hip width apart is not where the fleshy part of your hips ends. It is where the bones of your hips are. So my feet should be lined up right with my bones and they're planted firmly in the mat. What we're going to do is we're going to work on a little bit of bridging exercises. So plant your palms in your mat. We're going to start by tucking the pelvis, slowly roll all the way up to your bridge, and then we tuck our chest, roll all the way back down to the mat. We are going to do 4 of those. I might throw in some surprises, so just be light on your feet, or on your back, I should say. Here we go, we're gonna tuck our pelvis and slowly roll up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, back down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here's 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Halfway there, up 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold at the top 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dip the hips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees into your chest. Give them a hug. Maybe take a rock side to side. And go ahead and extend those legs out on your mat. Give them a little shake. Just rotating in and out from the hips. I know a lot of what we did today probably built up some lactic acid in our muscles. So just give your muscles a chance to try and restore themselves here. Maybe show those hips some love. Maybe show those quads some love. Wherever needs this love, maybe it's your core, maybe it's your arms. Just take this gentle massage around, spread the wealth. The body did so much work. Maybe massage your face, maybe your jaw, because we're constantly clenching our jaw. Just try and let it go. Maybe your neck, maybe your chest, your shoulders. For me, this is my trouble area. I always carry so much tension in my shoulders, especially when I'm stressed. And once you've completed this full body massage, make sure you get those feet in there. They did a lot of balancing for us. My balancing was a little rough. Hopefully you did a little better than I did today. And once you've completed that massage, go ahead and settle into your Shavasana pose. Palms open up towards the ceiling. Allow your body to imprint its weight into your mat. Almost as if when you stood up, you would still see the full outline of your body on your mat. Tune back into your breathing here. Anything here, but think back to the very beginning of class when I had you set your intention, or maybe you did the same intention as I did. Quick reminder, mine was to build fire in the body, was to strengthen, to make myself feel strong. Think about your intention. Do you think you accomplished it today? Do you think that you reached your full potential with this class? And if not, don't beat yourself up for it. This was a hard class. Instead of saying, well, I could have done this better, think about what you did well. Shift your mindset to elevate all of the great things that you did in this class. Maybe your planks were on point today, and that is something to be celebrated. Take a moment to begin bringing awareness back to the body. Maybe wiggle through the fingers and the toes. Maybe start to circle through the wrists and the ankles. Maybe a little point and flex through the wrists and ankles. And take it up to the elbows, the shoulders, the knees, the hips. Get those bigger joints involved. Maybe circle out through the hips, circle out through the shoulders. Maybe flex and extend through the elbow and the knee. And now get the spine and the neck involved. Remember, our neck is part of our spine. Don't leave it out. It wants to be involved. It's like the youngest child syndrome. And when you are ready, open your eyes, bring yourself back to your full awareness. However you need to get up to a seated position, go ahead and take a quick moment to do so. Maybe rolling onto your side and bringing yourself up. Find a comfortable position to sit in. And thank you so much for this wonderful practice. Thank you for getting your butts kicked with me. Namaste. Wonderful work. Any feedback is welcome. I'm happy to hear about all your victories. I'm happy to hear about all your failures. I want to hear it all. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your week.